Okay, welcome back to episode 4 of Plastic Paddies. So, Cade me la falcha. Yeah, so what are we talking about today? We are talking about slang. Because if you remember, 2 episodes ago, we spun the wheel, it landed on language, and now here we are. So, last week we talked about language in general. We learned
Irish
a lot of
language.
facts. We showed us your Duolingo skills, and today we're going to talk about slang. Fun fact, it wasn't last week. 20 minutes ago.
It was. We had to double film, so we had content for you guys this week.
Yeah, because I'm going away, so.
Shauna's heading off tomorrow.
But we're committed.
We've changed, so you've got something new to look
Well,
at.
I changed to match the theme of today's episode.
Yes, you did.
And just to trick you.
Just to try, we did. We tried to fool you guys, but we had to come clean, you know?
So usually we do a catch up on our week.
We do, but
How
we
was
already
the last
did.
20 minutes?
The last 20 minutes were fantastic. I put my hair up. I put a grey sweatshirt on. Sweatshirt? That sounded so American.
Yeah, it did.
Jumper. I put a grey jumper
A
on.
sweater.
I
put some plaid on.
You put some plaid on in homage to your Canadianness.
Yeah. Because we're going to talk all things slang today. So we're going to talk Irish slang, English slang, Canadian slang. So we're going to learn Irish slang together with you guys, and just talk about how it's really a really important part of culture, and someone who works in the education sector, how slang is like a vital part of language.
Yeah.
And then you're going to test me on British slang, because I've lived here almost 2 years. And I'm going to test you on Canadian slang, because you lived in Canada for a year.
I did indeed.
So
we should be good, but don't quote me on that.
So, what is slang, Caitlin?
Well, we have a definition.
Yeah,
of slang
but what
here.
is slang?
I mean, in my well, there's not an opinion, but what I think slang is the I think it can be two things. I think it's either making up a word to mean something,
Okay,
or it's taking a word that already exists and kind of changing the meaning of it.
Okay.
So, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's what I think slang is, and it usually
I would agree with you.
You think?
Yeah.
And it usually comes from marginalised communities, I would say. Traditionally, yeah, I would say.
Not so much anymore, but yes, traditionally,
yeah. I would say it does.
So
I don't mean they're the only people that use it, but I mean they are the people that make it up.
Yeah,
it often spreads into the rest of society, but it comes from
slang isn't something that's used by upper class people who would write the dictionary. I think is what you're getting at, which I would agree with. But slang is a type of language consisting of words and phrases that are regarded as very informal, are more common in speech than writing, and are typically restricted to a particular context or group of people. I would agree with you.
Well, I was going to say I agree with that statement, but that is the actual definition
of what slang is.
So I have to agree.
Here's hoping you do. And what I was saying about historically, it's been people who've done it, and how slang in Canada is very different than slang in the UK, etc., etc. Current internet slang is all American slang.
Yeah,
and eventually, unfortunately, everyone will speak much more similarly because of the internet. It becomes a shared identity.
Yeah, and
because of internet culture.
Do you feel like you notice it online?
Oh yeah,
I agree 100%, and it's a shame because it turns into
there's no cultural scarcity.
Yeah, exactly. And I listen to if anybody is looking for good podcasts, I mean, he's like besides famous podcast. Yeah, besides this one, one of the most famous podcasters ever. But you should listen to it as well. It's called Blind Boy.
Is that the one you always post?
Oh, honestly, he's amazing.
I should.
He is Irish. He's from Limerick, and it's just him talking, but he's got the most calming, amazing voice.
Like ASMR almost.
He's extremely intelligent. He's very clever, and all of his podcasts are really, really well researched. And but he's kind of a bit surreal. Like he takes very surreal paths to make his point, and he's just amazing. Like his stories are so interesting and funny. Yeah. But anyway, I listened to a Blind Boy podcast, and he was talking about cultural scarcity. He was saying like,
it is scary how much it's diminished already.
Yeah, like he was saying he grew up in like the 90s, roughly the same time as me, like 90s, early noughties. And he was like, back then there was no phones, so nothing was accessible. Like the way that culture sort of manifested and the way that things became popular was just through word of mouth or TV, or like seeing somebody,
which even was much more restricted then too.
Yeah. Or like seeing somebody wearing something and then you're like, oh, that looks so cool, I want to know where to find it.
Mean Girls. Katie Hare wore army pants and flip-flops, so I wore army pants and flip-flops.
That's exactly what it is, and that is what culture is. And now it's changing and the definition of culture is changing, but there's no cultural more scarcity left anymore. Nothing is unattainable and nothing is well, I mean, in the West anyway, nothing is like belongs to a select group anymore because the internet exists.
It's so accessible.
Social media.
And obviously there's, culture is still very much a thing and there's still very much definitive cultures between different places and different people, but
on the internet
it seems much more diluted on the internet, and it seems everybody wants this one image, so they're diluting themselves to fit that one image, which
I feel like
is a whole other conversation to be had.
I feel like it's people just younger than you, like the generation after you.
Yeah.
I feel like is it Gen?
Brian's little
Z?
sister.
Yeah, like Brian's our little cousin. Are you a Gen Z? I'm a millennial. I'm an older millennial now, guys. Jesus Christ.
Let's look, because I don't actually know. And
I think you're a zillennial, which is somebody that's on the cusp of millennial and Gen Z.
I'm Gen Z, colloquially known as a Zoomer.
Zoomer.
And it's the demographic cohort succeeding millennials and preceding Generation Alpha. Which is Generation Alpha is the one that's currently on the internet, is younger than we are.
Yeah.
That makes me feel old.
And I feel like
because Gen Z started in 1990, so you only just made millennial.
I only just made millennial.
And I am 1996.
Yeah. But I feel like what you were saying about the internet, I feel like everybody dresses the same, everybody uses the same slang words and talks in the same manner, and I feel like that manner is American. That's the culture that I feel like is overtaking everybody, is American culture. I hear Brits on TikTok and Irish people on TikTok talking using American slang.
Yeah.
They say words like y'all.
Y'all. I use y'all.
But you're North American.
Ironically.
Yeah, but I think, and it's very strange to hear people not American saying the words like y'all. And it raises for me a bit of a bigger question in like
defining yourself outside of the perimeters of
where has that come from
societal norm?
Because nobody in your family would have ever spoken like that.
But you think of like the most influential YouTubers previously. We went through that whole generation of British YouTubers, and I noticed back home that
people started talking like British.
Yeah, like they were using British slang, like chummy.
Chummy?
It means friend, I think.
Friendly, yeah, it does.
So people are like, oh.
Don't be, like, you're getting chummy.
Stop being so chummy. Chummy? We're from Alberta. What are you talking about? Yeah. So, I think it goes ebbs and flows. But hopefully we don't get too culturally diluted. I mean, if online, fine, whatever, but
in real life.
Yeah. Interesting fact before we move on is I'm known as a millennial in the UK. There's different boundaries.
Yeah,
different
I thought you were.
Yeah, because it's 1981 to 1996. I'm on the cusp.
You're on the cusp of millennial, just before Gen Z.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Love that for me.
It's so funny when I see, like, there's like a war going on TikTok of like Gen Z versus millennial.
I just know I'm old.
It's really,
I've hit the old stage.
It's really funny.
I'm almost 27.
I see people, like, one of the things that is like a talking point on TikTok is it's called the millennial pause. And it's so funny.
What?
When I first saw this, I cracked up because I was like, it's so true. So the rumor is that you can tell if somebody's a millennial on TikTok if when they start their video, they pause for a brief second and then start talking, because all of the technology that they grew up with
you have to
lagged
wait
a little bit. And you would press record and then you would go. Whereas when you use TikTok, as soon as you press the button, you can just start. Yeah. So they said, like, you can tell a millennial versus a Gen Z.
The pause before you get out of bed because you're like so stiff. I do that.
That as well. But yeah,
that's
it's so
interesting.
Funny.
Yeah. So the slang is really important, and working in the educational sector, I think often we push to say that slang doesn't show education. But I think being able to code switch, which is switching from like academic language to slang that's appropriate to your area, is an incredible skill. And it's almost like speaking an additional language.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that should be encouraged. There's a time and a place for it, and those words have meaning. And something I'm really passionate about, especially since having worked in education in London, where slang is much more present and much more, I mean, the UK is so classist, like much more influence with class.
Yeah.
I think it should never be squished or gotten rid of or denied. Like, it's such an important part of language and culture.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's a hill I'll die on.
Yeah.
But it is, like, being able to code switch. Slang is a language, they're words that have meanings and definitions and can be used in, appropriate contextual settings. Yeah.
Yeah, I think African American Vernacular English, I think, correct
me
if I'm wrong, if
anybody,
it? I think it's recognised as an official language in the United States. Which is a massive, massive, massive part of their culture. And that's another thing.
But it is here. If you look at, like, Caribbean British, population within London, the way in which they speak within their communities is much different than the way they speak in jobs and in education. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as they're allowed to speak in both ways, I think, and that one or the other doesn't break them down as a human. You're not less qualified because you can speak Afro-Caribbean slang or more qualified because you don't speak it. Like, I think that's where
Yeah, I agree. I do think that I agree with you that it is a bit of a skill, and I also agree that it shouldn't be frowned upon within society. But it goes back to what we were saying before. Slang tends to come from marginalised groups within society. But the funny thing is, I get this is another symptom of being on the internet and everything being on social media, is that now and we're generalising here, obviously. If your story is different, then fine. But in general, what I notice is the class lines between slang is becoming incredibly blurred. Like, I see people from London on TikTok, very upper class, well-spoken people that would never, ever, ever have grown up using that slang.
And their parents
wouldn't be in their peripheral. Vernacular. It wouldn't be around them. No. But now they're on the internet, they talk that way. And I'm like, what cultural significance does that language have?
But then they're using it. But it doesn't. But they're using it to fit in that situation. Because if they were to go to their university class, they wouldn't use that vernacular. No. They would use appropriate academic language.
But I'm saying, for me,
but I think that's where it stems from.
I feel like, for me, it bothers me. That's something that irks me, is when, like, upper class people start talking like lower class people. And the reason why is because of what you just said. Because it's when working class people do it, it's considered scruffy and it's considered unprofessional and it's considered chavvy. And
I learned what chav meant the other day.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Sorry. And listen, I wear the title chav with pride. I've been a chav since I was born. I'll be a chav to the day I die. Because
apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, but it means council housed and violent.
Yeah, that's like the derogatory terminology of it.
But
not
violent.
I feel like I've that's how I've grown up. I've grown up all my life around people that would be considered chav.
But we grew up in a very, well, I didn't, maybe, but we grew up in a very working class family.
Yeah, extremely working class. Yeah. And I feel like that, but the title has never bothered me. I feel like people have often tried to use it to
get you.
But it's never.
But then, so, like, chav is a slang word, right? So I wonder if, like, going back to Irish slang, if Irish slang was a way to continue their language without being able to speak Irish.
It is. So
same with African American vernacular.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to do there'll be another episode, probably our final episode, or on language about Hiberno English, and in that episode we'll learn about some of the Irish words that are used within sort of their everyday sentences. It's very interesting, actually, but it's funny you said that. But yeah, anyway, getting back to slang, we're going off on a bit of a tangent, guys.
Well, I think it's all important, but we are going to test each other now.
Okay. Oh, is this what? Yeah. So I feel like you test me on Canadian slang first.
Well, I feel like most of these you'll know now.
Okay. And I'm going to say something after, but go on.
All right, go on.
No.
All right.
Do this first.
Bud.
Like,
how are you, bud?
It means friend, but it's more than that. It's like a term of
like the buddy in the beer store.
What do you mean?
Like bud and buddy are like the same word, so you could be like, oh yeah, like I was in the beer store. Buddy in the beer store was
so
shouting at the cashier.
You can speak about it as in if you were referring to somebody that was in a situation but you didn't know their name, you don't know them, you would just put buddy in place of their name.
And
it's also bud as in a term of endearment.
Like, hey bud.
I think it can also be used as like depending on the tone or the context, as a bit of an aggressive, like, have you got something to say, bud? Like, if you say you were in a bar and somebody was like acting in a way that you didn't like, or if you're a guy and he was like trying it on with your girlfriend, you might be like, bud, like, say, like, have you got something to say?
You probably say buddy. Buddy is like if you don't know the person. And again, I am one Canadian, so if anybody's
we're generalizing.
So I would say buddy is like,
a bit.
Do you got a problem, buddy?
Stern,
like, what's the issue?
A bit more serious.
And like,
but they say it a lot. But the word bud is used a lot in
and it's
Canada.
nothing to do with drugs. I feel like everybody's like, oh, because Canada's legal, they're like, oh, no, it's just like, hey bud, what's up, bud? But they say it a lot.
Like every other sentence, a lot.
If I was like, oh, can you get me a double?
Is it something to do with a cheeseburger?
No.
Is it something to do with alcohol?
No.
What is it?
Coffee. Can you go get me 2 cream, 2 sugar coffee? Specifically from Tim's, like a double.
A double. I didn't know that. To be fair, I don't drink that much coffee, but that just tells you how much coffee they drink. They've got a specific term for.
Yeah, like I'll be like,
did you say double cream, double sugar?
Double.
That's crazy.
So be like, oh, like my dad drank double, so I knew, like, if I was going to meet him, I'd roll up to the Timmy's window and be like, oh, can I get a large double?
And they just know what it means.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Or like a regular is 1 cream, 1 sugar. Triple is 3 cream, 3 sugar. 4x4, 4 cream, 4 sugar. Who drinks that? I don't know. But
that's, they've got coffee slang, guys. That's how much they drink it over there.
We do love our coffee. Timmy's, this one's easy.
Tim Hortons?
Yeah.
They have it here in the UK now. And she says it's not the same.
The one in Belfast? Super good.
Is it good?
The one here?
Not so good.
Hang-a-Larry. I don't know if you'll know this one.
Hang-a-Larry?
Hang-a-Larry.
Is it anything to do with skiing or snowboarding?
Well, you could use it if you were skiing or snowboarding. But it's not specifically
is it like, wait a minute, hang on a minute?
No, you could hang a Larry or you could hang a Roger.
Go left or go right?
Yeah, this is like what old people use. I wouldn't.
So hang a Larry is chuck a left.
Yeah.
Or what's the other one? Roger.
Hang a Roger.
Hang a Roger. Fun fact about being in Canada and the direction of going right, on a red light,
you can turn right.
Turn right. It's right on red is one of their driving rules, which is crazy. But anyway.
No, it makes sense.
Because they drive on the opposite side of the road to us, it does make sense.
It does not make sense here.
No, don't turn right on red here.
A Mickey.
Oh, this is something to do with alcohol.
Yeah.
Is it a certain measurement for a bottle of alcohol?
Well, there's 2 types of Mickey. So there's a Mickey and then there's a Texas Mickey.
And they're 2 different measurements?
Yeah.
So is it like a quarter?
So think of like Mickey Mouse and then Texas.
So
like everything is
big
in Texas.
But so is a Mickey like
a Mickey is like 13 ounces.
See, I don't know ounces.
Or like 375 mils.
Okay.
So like just over a can of pop.
Oh, okay.
Or a bottle of pop.
Yeah.
And then a Texas Mickey is 101 ounces or 3 liters.
Oh,
a Texas
my
Mickey.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So if you're like, oh, can you go to Costco and get me a Texas Mickey of vodka?
It's a big old bottle.
Like a big bottle.
Okay.
A 2-4.
Is that alcohol related?
Yeah.
2-4.
Can you go pick me up a 2-4 at the liquor store?
Is that a measurement as well?
No. Well, no, not of like a one singular thing.
What is it?
24 cans of beer.
Oh, you call it a 2-4.
Yeah.
24 cans of beer.
Oh, a toque.
A toque. We said this already.
Last episode.
It's a hat, a bobble hat.
A dart.
A cigarette.
Yeah.
I remember when I lived in Canada, a dart was like You going for a dirt bird?
Yeah, you'd be like, what? This one I've never heard anybody use, but I'm sure people do. A Chesterfield. Gonna go have a sit on the Chesterfield while I wait for you.
The couch?
Yeah.
Do you know how I know that?
Why?
Because I obviously do. A Chesterfield is a type of couch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Weird.
That's so funny.
This slang word is only a slang word in the province of Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan, what is it?
A bunny hug. Oh, there's two for Saskatchewan I can think of. A bunny hug.
A bunny
hug?
hug?
A bunny hug.
Is it an action?
No.
Is it an item?
It's an object.
Item of clothing?
Yeah.
Is that a hat?
Nope.
A jumper?
Oh, I see what you're saying though with the long things. No.
Is it a jumper?
What type of jumper?
Like a hoodie?
Yes.
A bunny hug. That's so cute.
And then they call something Vicro. Vicro?
I don't know.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk is called Vicro.
It only in Saskatchewan.
That
nowhere
sounds
else.
medical.
Yeah, it does. The Rock. Oh, I'm gonna go fly over and visit the Rock.
I'm gonna fly over and visit my mother.
No, the Rock. I hope your mom's not the Rock. It's a place. It's a place. I'm gonna go fly and visit the Rock.
Mountain?
No.
It's a place in Canada.
Fly opposite to the mountains. It's a nickname for a place.
Toronto?
No. Keep going. East.
I don't know anywhere else.
Newfoundland.
Oh, they call it the Rock?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's an island.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Six.
That's Toronto.
Yeah.
Drake. Everybody knows it because of Drake.
The Peg. Oh, I'm gonna.
Winnipeg.
Yep. Cowtown.
Alberta.
No, not Alberta.
Calgary.
Yeah, Calgary. This one is kind of Gaelic, Irish inspired. Yes, bye.
Yes, bye.
Yes, bye.
Oh, yes, boy, as in
no, yes, bye.
Yes, bye.
Yes, bye. Like,
so like yes, buddy. Like
no, like yes, bye. Like it's from Newfoundland, and it's just kind of like, yeah, kind of like an affectionate term. Like yes, bye.
Oh, I feel like that does sound very Irish.
Yeah. Let's see. Do I have any others written down? I don't think so. Nope, that was it.
Right.
Good job. You did well.
I feel like I did really well.
Yeah.
Are we doing British?
Oh God, yeah.
Now the thing is,
let's preface this with I live with all Canadians.
Yes, she does.
1. 2, I work with significant number of Canadians.
Okay, so I have lived in the south of England and also in the north, and our whole family are from the north. So I have northern slang and southern slang here. The southern slang is quite old. Bearing in mind I'm old, it's nothing like what people talk now. It's like how people used to talk when I was younger. So just bear that in mind. Right, but northern slang.
Right.
Ta-ra.
See ya, bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Ta-ra. Angin.
Oh, I'm angin. Like I've got a hangover? When I'm tired?
No. Well, you could say that, but you'd say hanging. I'm angin. But if something is angin,
oh, I don't know.
It's like disgusting. Oh, it's angin. It's horrible.
Oh, mingin.
A bit like mingin.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Mint.
Oh, that's really good. That
mint.
was mint.
Yeah. If something's mint.
Yeah.
Oh, it's mint. Pecking my head.
Say again.
Pecking my head.
A headache.
No. Well, it could. Someone might be giving you one.
They're doing my head in.
Yeah, it's like you do pecking my head. You're getting on my nerves. Tight.
Oh, like frugal.
No, not in this context. That is.
You could.
Oh,
he's so tight with money.
Like he's tight with money, but in the north specifically, you might say, "Oh, I feel tight on him," or "Oh, that's dead tight." Like it's out of order. Like that's mean.
Oh, right,
like,
right.
Don't be tight on me. Kex.
Like, say again.
Kex.
No idea.
Like pants, trousers.
What? No
Kex,
way.
Yeah.
Man, I grew up in the north of England too. I'm not doing well.
This is again. Anyone from the north, do not be getting on to me because I'm old and I'm not old. I'm in my 30s, but this is how we used to talk when I was a kid. Okay, so relax. Aricha.
Are you right?
Yeah, it means.
All right.
I don't know why cha, but we used to say that to each other when we was kids. Aricha. It's cracking flags.
It's really hot out.
Yeah. If it's cracking flags outside, it means the sun it's so hot that the ground is like cracking.
I only know that because British people love to talk about weather.
Yeah, we do a lot. Yeah. It's cracking flags. Out and out.
Like nothing. Like
yeah, like something like you're
something
making
and
out
nothing.
of now. Yeah, like something like I've not said out, or it means like anything and nothing.
Okay.
Mithering.
Oh, stop mithering about. Stop like dilly dallying.
No, it means like annoying. Like if someone's like on you all the time and like just being annoying. It's like stop mithering me.
Oh right.
Or like constantly asking you something like stop mithering. But or some variations in the north say moithering. Like my nana would say stop moithering me.
You're just like
scran.
Food.
Yeah, it's food or eating. Like if you're scranning something, you're eating it. Spitting feathers.
Like stop getting so frustrated.
No, it means you're gagging for a drink. I'm spitting feathers.
What, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Right, now southern slang. This is from London.
Have no idea.
And it's from when I was a kid. So like plot.
Have you lost the plot?
No, also that is another UK slang. Is like, have you lost the plot? Have you gone mad?
You know what's super side note? My mum once said at work, "Oh, you're so away with the fairies."
And they didn't know what she meant.
Everybody was like, "What are you talking about? Are you okay?" Like, what? It was so funny. And then she explained it and they were cracking up.
There's a very sinister meaning behind the saying away with
I don't want to know.
Are you sure? It's interesting.
Okay, go on.
So, in Ireland and in Britain, there was a very old belief when people believed in fairies.
Yeah,
like, it was like people like of the other world and stuff, and it's very sad. But like children who were what we think today that were probably had autism or had learning difficulties and maybe didn't act how everybody else in their community acted, their parents would say that they were a changeling, which was like they would think that the fairies had come and taken their actual child away and left behind this child that maybe couldn't communicate properly,
or they were like stuck into
what they would call weird.
Yeah.
So they would say that this child is a changeling and that their child was away with the fairies. So now it's become like if you're spaced out or you're not concentrating, you're not focused, you're away attention. With the fairies.
Yeah. That's quite sad though.
It is quite sad, isn't it? But anyway, plot is the word.
So it's not have you lost the plot.
It's not have you lost the plot. It means like
I don't know.
Like you're plotting somewhere, you're chilling somewhere, you're relaxing, like
you're
just plotting.
That makes you think of a horse.
Gaff. They use this in Ireland a lot as well. In
Dublin go to the gaff.
It's
like a pub, cafe, restaurant. No, my house.
Gaff is house, it could mean just like the place.
Suha casa.
Like you could say, oh, it's all over the gaff. Like he's all over the place.
Place, house.
Yeah. Right. Or like my gaff is
like Caitlin's gaff. We're gonna go to Caitlin's gaff.
Yeah. Like gaff party would be like a house party.
Oh right.
Or gaff plot even. So when we used to go out on a night out, someone would say, "Oh, I've got a free gaff. Come back to mine," and we'd be like, "Gaff plots." It's like everyone go back there. Slag or slagging.
Like you're slagging somebody off.
Yeah. So slag's got a few meanings. So if
I was like, let's go about.
If you're slagging someone, it's like you're
loose with your words.
You're like, yeah, just like slagging them off. I feel like it's maybe got two different contexts. So in Britain, it means like slagging. If you're slagging someone off, you're like saying really mean things about them. I feel like the context in Ireland, if you're slagging someone, is more just taking the mickey out, taking the piss out of them, taking the mickey. Like it's not deadly serious. And then the word slag is also quite a derogatory term to talk about women. And then there's another meaning, which is like, this is very old school from London. People would not say this anymore unless they're of a certain age. But if you do something that's out of order, if somebody does something that's out of order to you, you might say, "Oh, that's a slag. Like that's really out of order." Yeah,
interesting.
Buff. The word buff. What does it mean?
Oh, I just think of like
everyone. Yeah, muscly.
I'm just so buff.
And it does mean that, but in the London context, it might mean someone's very good looking. Oh, he's so buff.
I knew that.
Yeah. Buffing, that's what you might say. Well, again, I'm old. People don't really say that anymore. People might say peng nowadays or leng even. Oh, God, I can't speak like that. I'm in my 30s. But that's what people say in this day and age. What's happening?
Like a greeting. Like, hi, how are you? Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. And the last one is barnet.
Isn't that a place?
It is a place, but it's also a slang word for something.
I don't
something
know.
On your body.
My feet.
Mm-mm. It's a mess. State on my barnet.
My head.
Yeah, your hair.
Well, my hair. Not my head. Hair.
Yeah. That was British
Love
slang,
it. You know,
guys.
one Irish slang word I do know,
Yeah.
and it might not be a slang word, but it's like, don't be bold. Like, don't be naughty. Don't be
What, you being bold?
cheeky. Yeah. When you speak to a
is-
little kid and the person goes, don't be bold.
Yeah.
Stop being bold.
That's right.
Right.
Oh no, wait. These are the ones. Right. So I know what some of these are.
Oh, right. Let me test you then. Because I don't know.
I want to test you on some, and then you can test me on the others. Right. Stop the lights.
Stop the lights. Stop what you're doing.
No. So imagine I'm like, imagine I'm moaning about something. Like, something really small has happened, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, I can't believe this has happened. Like, I'm so annoyed. This has ruined everything. Da 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 da. And you might say, stop the lights.
Oh, stop your whining.
Yeah, stop being so dramatic.
Yeah.
Or you can use it as like, I can't handle this. Like, oh
Stop
my God, your nails look. Stop the lights. Your nails look are the nicest nails I've ever seen. Like. So it's either means stop being so dramatic or I'm being
be
dramatic. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What's the story?
What's the story, Ballamore? Tell me what happened. Like, what's the story? Like, any thoughts, any ideas?
What's going on? What's the news? Anything like, how are you? Just like a greeting. You know this one, crack. What's the crack?
I can tell you what it means, though. Kind of like, British people are really good at this, but now I can't think of the word. What's the banter? Like, what's the crack? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, what's going on? What's happening? What's the crack? Any crack? Like, but then crack, like great crack would mean like.
The more you say the word crack,
really
it sounds really weird.
But we would say crack. Up north, they would say crack. What's crack? Like, they would say, what's the crack of this? Yeah, what's crack? I just did it just for crack. Like, yeah, they do say it up north as well. Sham. My old sham.
Oh, friend.
Yeah.
Chummy.
A gowl.
A gowl.
A gowl, yeah. Or just gowl. Stop being a gowl.
Oh, I was going to say fit girl, but not stop being a gowl. Like, stop being an idiot?
Yeah, it's just like annoying.
Yeah,
stop being a gowl.
Stop.
A yoke.
A yoke. In a sentence. Like,
pass me that yoke. Pass me that yoke.
A drink.
No, it's anything. Like the thing.
Pass me that thing.
I can't think of the name for that thing. Just pass me that yoke. Yeah. Shift.
Shift. Move. Shift.
No, we would say that in Britain, like shift out the way, but in Ireland it's got a very specific context. It might be something you do with a boy.
Kiss.
Yeah, like snogging. Like, did you shift him?
Did you shift him? That was not romantic at all.
I'm going to say bjor.
Bjor.
And it's a word that we've learned using the Irish language. This is an Irish language word as well.
Bjor.
So I phrased that sentence really badly. We haven't learnt this word in the Irish language, but it means the same thing as the word that we have learnt in the Irish language for this thing. Me and you, your mum.
A woman.
Yeah. A female, a bjor.
Oh.
Acting the maggot.
Stop being so dirty. Like, stop being so, like, go take a shower. Like, stop being so gross.
No, childish. Stop being just so annoying. Like, stop acting the maggot. Well, you're showing off in front
Irish
of everyone.
people just have a lot of annoying people around them.
This one's from the north. Boat ya.
Boat ya.
Boat ya. Yeah, like about. Boat ya.
Boat ya.
It's just like another greeting.
Oh my gosh.
What's going on? Boat ya, how are you? Like, what's happening?
I'm moving to Liverpool and I'm going to have no idea what anybody's saying.
Yeah, that's... Oh, we should have done some Liverpool slang. There's
episode.
A lot. Right, you give me some now.
Right. Banjaxed.
Like, busted, broken.
Yeah. A feek. Oh, what a feek she is.
Is it a good-looking woman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A gorgeous gal.
You're a fine ting.
A fine ting. I love when they say ting instead of thing. It melts
does
me.
something to my tummy. I just get a little ting. You're
a ride. What a ride.
Oh, someone that's really good looking.
Yeah.
He's a ride.
He's a ride. A fiend. If she's a feek and he's a fiend.
A good looking man?
Yeah. Oh no, just a male.
Oh.
Cop on.
Cop yourself on. Like, get with it. Come on. Like,
yeah,
cop yourself on to life.
Don't be so stupid.
Yeah, don't be so silly.
Jacks. Oh, I'm just going to the Jacks.
Toilet.
Yeah.
Or bathroom. Can I just interrupt and say,
that was the hardest thing when I moved here.
In Canada, they would not say toilet.
No, it's rude.
It's considered to be rude and it's too specific. Like,
I don't need to know.
You're telling them what you're doing. Like, where's the toilet? Because they now know that you're going to the toilet. What they would say is, where's the washroom or where's the bathroom? And that is something
bathroom.
Really?
Yeah.
That's something I've taken back with me. I say, where's the bathroom now instead of where's the toilet?
Even bathroom's a bit
questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would say, where's the washroom?
Can I go to the washroom? Can you show me where the washroom is?
Yeah.
It still is the one thing that rubs me the wrong way. Can you show me where the toilet is? I'm not going to walk you to the toilet, but sure. Oh, this is my favorite word. Chancer.
Oh, someone that's like...
Don't be such a chancer. Or there's a line in a movie that goes, Dublin's full of chancers and cheats.
It's just like someone that's a bit of a...
Little sketch.
Little sketchy, yeah. We'll say that. Little dodgy, little...
This one is in English as well. Oh, no, it's not. It is an English slang, but it means a different thing. Thick.
Oh.
Don't be so thick.
In the UK, it would mean stupid, like you being thick. But in Ireland, it means... Don't be getting arsey with me. Don't be getting annoyed. Don't be, like, you're getting tick.
All right, 2 more. Wee. Small like the wee little. The wee little Jacks. That's all I got you. All right, highlights. 2 more, because I keep seeing ones out.
Okay.
The crack was 90.
The crack was 90 is like, it was a good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
And boy's a dear.
Is it when, like, if you receive some sort of news and it's like, whoa, like,
I'm like,
a bit of shock.
Yeah, if you called me and said something, like, whoa, boy's a dear.
Yeah.
Well, good job.
I feel like we did really well.
Well, you did.
It's time for Irish Fact of the Day.
Irish Fact of the Day is about words and word meanings.
Okay.
So, the word boycott comes from Irish landlord Charles Cunningham Boycott because, unfortunately, he was ostracized by his community during the Irish Land War in the 19th century. So when you boycott something, you stop it, you don't engage with it.
You don't use it anymore.
You don't use it anymore, you kick it out. It's because Charles Cunningham Boycott was ostracized. Oh, we boycott him.
Was he a landlord?
I'm not sure. Let me look really quickly. Charles.
How interesting. So boycott is an Irish word then, if it's an Irish surname.
Yeah.
I didn't know
that. He was an English land agent.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Good.
We take it back. See ya.
Kicked him out.
Boycott. Yeah, so the Irish invented the word boycott because of the English land agent.
This thing, yeah. How interesting.
They were kind of like, oh, we're going to make a show out of him. So, if you act that way, we're going to boycott you too.
We're going to boycott you, yeah. Oh, a show. That's another bit of Irish slang, like a holy show. Like, you're a holy show is like you making yourself look like an idiot right now.
I was like, a holy show.
You're a holy show.
I wish I could even fake an Irish accent, but I can't.
I can't. I can say the odd... And I find it easiest. The easiest one I find is Belfast accent because I have Granny's voice in my head, so it's what I can do. But it's only the odd word. Like I probably wouldn't be able to string a sentence together, and we're not going to try because
I think we should try one episode. Today's not the episode because I can't breathe out through my nostrils.
We should try and say some things in an Irish accent.
We're not taking the mickey.
No, we're really not. We're just. But I do
think it, and you can laugh at us. Full fair play to laugh at us.
We're willing to make ourselves look like idiots, 100%.
I think
we should try. We should go around the counties and try and do,
because it is so impressive how different they are.
Yeah, there's so many.
The 4 provinces. Yeah, but even within the 4 provinces.
Yeah, definitely.
When I can breathe out of my nose again.
Yeah, we'll do do an accent challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is episode
4. Thanks so much.
So, yeah.
If you listened, guys.
No, they are listening.
Yeah.
It's happening. I'm a half cup kind of full gal. She is not.
Yeah.
Half empty, half full. That's why we work together.
Exactly.
But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share if you enjoyed.
Yes, please do.
Please comment. It's really like we want to start interacting with people, but if nobody comments, we got nobody to interact with.
Yeah, it helps us out, and we want to start talking to you guys. So please do.
And if you ever want to come on the podcast and you're like, look, I am Irish, or I am of Irish heritage, or I'm a plastic paddy, or I just can play trad music, or I just want to chat with you guys, great.
Please
message us on any of the platforms.
Yeah.
And yeah, come on.
Yeah, good shout.
Don't know how we're gonna fit 3 in a bed, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll fit you. We'll be a little one in the middle.
Here. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Yeah. So yeah, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter,
all the places.
YouTube. You can find us anywhere you listen to a podcast.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys.
Woo. Shanae.